Hey guys, welcome back to Jessen Reads Romance. I'm Jessen, and today we're going to be talking about the books that I want to read in September. I say I want to read them because the last time I did a TBR video, my August TBR, I listed a ton of books and I only read about half of them, so I'm going to be a little bit more conservative in the amount of books that I'm predicting I will read. I'm also a mood reader, so if I give myself a list, even though I'm the one telling myself, these are the books that you need to read, Jessen, I'll go off script and be like, nah, I want to read this. So anyway, I'm going to tell you the arcs that I have, the books that are coming out this month that I want to read and I don't have arcs of, and the other books that just have caught my eye. The first arc that I have is Ties That Tether by Jay Nagarro, and please look at this cover. It's gorgeous. I'm really loving these vibrant, bold covers. Love it. Love to see it. I was really excited that I got an arc of this. This is a debut romance novel, the first book that Jay Nagarro has written. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name right. I'm not sure. She is Nigerian. This is an Own Voices book, and the character actually follows her life story pretty closely, or at least she injected a lot of her own experiences into her character. The main character, Azaire, is an immigrant from Nigeria. She lives in Canada just like the author does, and on her father's deathbed, she promised her father that she would marry a Nigerian man. But in the present day, Azaire is actually falling for this man named Rafael Castellano, and he's not Nigerian, and so she's kind of torn between two worlds, between, you know, honoring her father's wishes of marrying a Nigerian man and then falling in love with someone who is obviously not Nigerian. I haven't read too much of the blurb because I want to be surprised, but I'm really excited about this book and I can't wait to read it. It doesn't come out until the end of September, September 29th, so I'm not sure when I'll start it, but I'll definitely review it before it comes out. And then the other arc that I have also comes out on the 29th. It is Beauty Tempts the Beast by Lorraine Heath. I haven't read any of the books. I think it's the 6 books, and I haven't read the previous books in the series, but I'm pretty sure they all read as a standalone. And with a title like that, Beauty and the Beast tropes are one of my favorites, and I couldn't resist. I love Lorraine Heath. I am trying to go through her backlist. I actually got like a whole entire series by her. I can't remember which one it is because she has quite a lot of books. I really love all the books that I've read by her so far, so I couldn't resist getting this arc. The heroine, Althea, has fallen on hard times and she decides that she's going to learn how to become this seductress. So she approaches this guy nicknamed the Beast. His name is Benedict, who has this reputation to teach her, instruct her. And of course they're going to fall in love, and I think that he also has like some secret past. I didn't want to read too much into it, but I'm so excited for this one. I just have been enjoying all the historical romances that I've been reading so far. The next book I have on my list is not exactly strictly romance. It's actually thriller with a hint of romance. It's by Alyssa Cole, called When No One's Watching. It just came out at the beginning of this month, and even though it isn't a romance, I still wanted to read it. I like Alyssa Cole's writing. I'm not a huge fan of the modern royals trope, so I wanted to read something else by her because she does have a lot of romances with the modern royals trope, so I just wanted to read something else by her, and I thought, why not? The next book comes out on September 20th, aka my birthday, and it is The One That Got Away by Karina Halley. I'm excited. Technically she doesn't do series, but some of her characters kind of interconnect with her standalones. So The One That Got Away kind of ties into the Younger Man. Is it Forbidden Man or Younger Man? I think it's Younger Man. I believe we're going to be seeing another soccer player, and it's going to be a second chance romance, which is not my favorite trope, but I think that Karina Halley could do something really interesting with it. I really love The Younger Man. We're going to be back in that setting, so I'm just excited to revisit these characters. And then the final new release that I have on my list is Well Played by Jen DeLuca. This is the second book in her Renaissance Fair series. I'm super excited. I loved Well Met, and it's been so long since I've read Well Met. We featured it on the podcast, and it was actually one of the books of the season that we do for our patrons on Patreon. We give away one book each season, so spring, summer, fall, winter, and Well Met was one of the first ones that we gave away. I just really enjoyed the Renaissance Fair aspect of it, and the heroine is Stacy, and she was very prominent in Well Met, so I can't wait to see who her hero is. I'm pretty sure I know who the hero and heroine for book 3 is going to be. I think it's going to be the sister from book 1. If you know the name of the guy that I'm talking about, please drop his name in the comments. From Well Met, I'm pretty sure that he and the sister are going to get together, which I'm super excited about. But first we need Stacy. So I haven't read a lot about this book. You should know by now that I really won't read blurbs by authors that I already know and love. If someone just tells me, oh, the next book in the Renaissance Fair series by Jen DeLuca is coming out, I'm like, yes, I'm reading that. I don't need to read the blurb. Now, currently I am listening to an audiobook. I did get this audiobook through Libro, and I have a code to get the first month free through Libro. You can choose what independent bookstore you want to support when you sign up for the subscription to Libro. I decided to pick One to Watch by Kate Stayman London, and I've been seeing this book cover around. I really like the cover featuring a plus size heroine, and I know that this book is supposed to kind of be a nod to The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, which I don't watch. I'm not a huge reality TV fan. That's just never been my thing. I've never watched any, I've never gotten hooked on any reality show before, and I definitely just, it's almost like I get secondhand embarrassment by watching a reality show. If something cringy happens on screen, like I want to walk out of the room, and that's just how I am. So I don't watch those things, but I'm very intrigued by a plus size heroine being on a TV show like this. I do know that B, the main character, is a fashion blogger, like a pretty famous fashion blogger. So I'm very interested to see how this book plays out, and I hope that I love it, because I've been a huge advocate on the podcast and on our Instagram page about body positivity and featuring heroines who are curvy and love their body. So I'm really hoping that this book is going to be something that I can recommend to people when they ask, hey, what is a book with a body positive heroine? Hopefully, fingers crossed, that I love this one. The next one that I have on my list just kind of popped up on one of the Facebook groups that I follow. I love the secret baby trope. It's one of my like guilty pleasure tropes. I just love it. And this one's called Oops by Alexandra Warren, and Cameron like has like this hot one night stand with this, I think he's a YouTube star. She gets pregnant, but like she doesn't actually like him. His name is Maverick. So that's all I need to know. And it's kind of like an enemies to lovers plus secret baby. I just really love these kind of books, and I can't help it. The next book I have on my list is The Bad in Each Other by Tasha L. Harrison. I did review the first book in this series. I think the series is called A Small Town Romance. And the first book is A Taste of Her Own Medicine. I loved the heroine, Sonia. She was a woman who just got divorced, and she has 2 kids, and she was kind of like starting over and building her own modern apothecary shop. And her sister Bertie is a chef, and she like can't hold a job because she doesn't work well with the head chefs in the restaurants that she's in. She's the sous chef, and she also has a kid, and it's kind of a mystery on who the father is. So the second book, The Bad in Each Other, we get to find out who the dad is, and I think it's going to be an enemies to lovers, because they are both in the food industry, and I think they had like a one-night stand years ago, and he doesn't know that she ended up pregnant. So I'm excited. I really love Tasha Harrison's writing, and I can't wait to dive into this one. The next book I have on my list is Bound to the Battle God by Ruby Dixon. I love her Ice Planet Barbarian series, and so I was really excited when I saw someone recommend this one to me. I just really love these types of alien romances, and I believe our heroine falls through this like portal and gets transported to this alternate universe, because I believe in this universe gods like walk among men, and so she's trying to find a way to get home, and he has been exiled to like the mortal realm in this world through this portal, because it's not like regular Earth from what I understand from the blurb. And they have like this bond, like they're anchors for each other, so they have to stay next to each other. Forced proximity is a trope that I absolutely love, and I can't wait to see what happens in this book. I'm very intrigued on what kind of world Ruby Dixon's going to create in the series. And the last 2 books are actually books that I had on my August TBR. I really want to read these books, and I'm going to try my hardest to read them this particular month. The first book is A Touch of Stone and Snow by Mila Vane, and I love the first book in this series. It's like high fantasy romance. kind of Game of Thrones-esque, and I'm really excited to see how this is going to tie into the first book, because from what I read in the blurb, it's no one that we were introduced to before. I'm just wondering if we're going to see any characters from the first book, because I really love those characters, or if this is going to happen in a part of the country that is far removed from where we've already been. I'm just very intrigued. And then I want to read From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I've not read anything by her before. I really want to though, and I believe that this is a vampire romance. It is YA, which I normally don't read YA, but I've been in more of like a paranormal mood, urban fantasy, paranormal, sci-fi. I've been in that kind of mood to go exploring, and I definitely want to try this one. The second book like just came out, or is about to come out, and I've been seeing this and I'm like, I meant to read the first book, get it together and read it. So I'm gonna have to do that. So not a ton of new books that I specifically want to read this month. I'm just kind of going with the flow, seeing what I want to read. Lately I've been wanting to reread my favorite books, and I have been. I'm thinking about making a video on my favorite books in each like subgenre of romance, so let me know if you guys are interested in that. So leave a comment down below and let me know if you guys are interested in something like that. I am also going to be doing a video on review etiquette, and I also have another book haul to do. I've been collecting a lot more books. I can't stay off eBay, so that one's going to be coming soon. I can't wait to show you all the beautiful books that I just got. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please ring that bell and subscribe. You'll be notified on any future videos that I do. And like this video if you like the content that I'm giving you. Also, I wanted to give a huge shout out to everyone who's helping me with the Kickstarter for the enamel pins. I love these pins so much. I can't wait to get them out to everyone who is supporting the Kickstarter. It looks like we might be able to unlock all 6 pins before the end of the month. Currently, 4 are unlocked, and so we only have 2 left to go, which is amazing because the Kickstarter just launched like 4 days ago. So many things happening this month. Do you find yourself getting really busy in the fall months? Because I sure do. Let me know in the comments what you're up to, what you're reading, what I should be reading, any books that you think should be on my radar. Just let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, life's better with a little HEA. Bye guys.